My husband and I started cycling from Perry. We had cycled about a half an hour, and we came upon a person off the side of the trail. And as I was rolling along, I just casually said, "Are you okay?" And I got a little slight nod left and right. At that time, my husband said he was calling 911.
It was very shocking because she's the last person that I would ever expect this to happen to, because she's so healthy, she takes care of herself, she exercises like a crazy woman, and relatively young for something like this to happen.
Got the call from the sheriff and just said that he had Stacy and that she was on the bike trail and that she wasn't acting like herself, and so they were going to take her to the county hospital. I just responded and said we'd be there as fast as we could. And so I called my mom and went and picked her up, and then we headed to the hospital to meet her there in the ER.
And I think initially, obviously, I think stroke was mentioned when Stephanie called me. Mm-hmm. At that point, they knew she wasn't speaking well.
I started probably at about 8 o'clock that morning because it was going to be hot. And I remember I rode out to Jamaica, and then I was on my way back. It was just a typical day, you know. I would see people I know along the way and everything, so there really wasn't anything different about the day. I stopped halfway through to refuel, and then I stopped again pretty soon after that because I just didn't feel right, and I thought it was probably dehydration. I just didn't feel right. I couldn't explain it, but I knew something wasn't right. I was still next to my bike or straddling my bike. She came up and asked me if I was okay. Your instant response is, oh yeah, I'm fine, but something inside me, you know, I'm like, no, I don't think I am. I remember her telling me to get off my bike and take my helmet off, and she had me lie down. I vaguely remember the paramedics showing up and putting me in the ambulance.
She was training for the Ironman, so like Sally said, we thought she was probably just dehydrated, fainted. She has to be okay, but regardless, when we get a phone call like that, we just wanted to get there as quickly as possible to figure out what was going on.
I was still en route to the hospital, and Mom called and asked, should we give her TPA? Because that's what the doctor and Harry was recommending, and I said, yes, do it. Shortly after, she had they were going to transfer her to Mercy anyway, but then she had a seizure getting ready for that. When we got news of that before she even made it to Des Moines, that made it much more serious. Stacy was in the ICU for 5 days and then on the neuro floor for a week. After she was discharged from the rehab hospital, her main need was speech therapy, and that went on as an outpatient for 3 months.
My family was incredible. They were there every day in the hospital, and every day after, you know, someone would stop by. My mom had to drive me everywhere because I couldn't drive. Having to ask for help is not a strong suit. You know, I'm one of those people who wants to show people that I can do it myself. You know, I can live alone. I can do all these things by myself. And now all of a sudden, asking for things, it's hard to do. I am very thankful for my friends and family, not just immediately, but ongoing as well. I'm very thankful for my strong faith that has gotten me through all this.
Even before this happened, she was the most determined person I've ever known. And this was just one more example, and probably the biggest example of that is how she got through this.
A thank you note came in the mail. Our thank you was to hear from her. And her note said, maybe we can go cycling together sometime.
I owe her my life. You know, if she wouldn't have stopped to help me, who knows, if anyone else would have stopped or how long that would have been. The research that the American Heart Association and American Stroke Association is doing is phenomenal.
There's really not a great reason why she had her stroke. So medicine is always evolving and changing.
I am so thankful that Stacy's here today because she means so much to our family. She's a wonderful friend and person.
Can't imagine it any other way.
No.